Hello, my name is Gary and I'd like to welcome you to this video blog. Now this video blog is in relation to a couple of topics which I think are really important, and I hope to be able to bring them to you in such a way that you too will see how important they are. Now these topics are cyber and cyber security. Now I recognise that quite often people will think that these topics are dull. My job is to persuade you otherwise, and I'm going to do that by exploring cyber and cyber security in a variety of different ways. We're going to talk about things such as the deep web. We're going to talk about things such as hackers and cyber criminals. So these aren't boring topics, they're on the news every single day. But also we're going to talk about things such as cyberbullying and cyber stalking. These are topics which you may yourselves have got personal experience of, and if you have, it would be really interesting to hear from you about what your experiences are and how you combated it and what it did to you personally. We hear about Twitter and trolls and such, and we're going to talk about cyber in relation to how it's changed how we share information and how we are willing to interact with each other in ways that we never would do if we were face to face. So cyber and cyber security are big topics and have an impact upon each and every single one of us. So together we're going to explore this world. Now, does that sound boring? I hope not, and I hope I can bring it to life and do it some justice. But you may be wondering who I am and why I'm so interested in this. Well, this is the business that I help run behind me, and that's the business side of things. But who I am personally, I think it's important also to explore a little. I'm very interested in cyber and cyber security, not just because of a professional interest, but as a personal one too. I've always been interested in computers ever since I was a young boy, and I remember when I was just 12 years old being able to persuade my parents that computers were something that I was really interested in, and that was over 30 years ago now. And so they and I were kind of ahead of our curve, if you like, in terms of wanting to look at this interesting and emerging world. But I remember on a Christmas morning coming downstairs and seeing all my Christmas presents there, and how excitedly ripping off the wrapper and finding that one present that I'd been hoping and praying that I would receive. And I was lucky enough to receive this ZX Spectrum. It was everything I'd wanted, and for weeks before and for many months and years afterwards, I would sit and diligently write code in notebooks and then sit and put them into the computer. But it wasn't until a few years later that I actually experienced another occasion that would change how I view computers, and that was when I went to see a film called War Games. Now War Games, if you've not seen it, is about a young hacker who uses his computer to break into a military base and inadvertently almost set off World War III. Now that film had a profound impact upon me because it changed how I perceived computers could be used, and that meant that instead of seeing them as separate box of technology, I saw them as this collective, if you like, these computers that could interact with each other and share information, and you could affect things from the other side of the world, or in the case of this film, the other side of the country. And that fascination hasn't left me, and it's still there with me today, and I'm still intrigued and fascinated how technology allows us to connect, but also increasingly I'm seeing how it disconnects us from one another too. So through this fascination, I'm hoping that I can come across to yourselves with the story of cyber and cyber security in such a way that it will ignite an interest in you to think about how you're using this technology and how you're sharing information in ways that 2 years ago, 5 years ago, certainly 10 and 20 years ago wasn't deemed possible. So that's as much as I want to explore right now. I want to leave you with just the questions of thinking about how you're using information. Look around your house, look around your business, think about how you are sharing that information, how you're storing that information, and how you're destroying that information. These are all important things for us personally and professionally, because there are companies out there, there are organizations out there, there are governments and bodies out there who are using your information and storing your information in ways and in quantities that we never thought possible. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video blog. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope to hear from you. If you have any thoughts about what cyber security is or what cyber is, if you've got any experiences, I'd love to hear what they are, and let's talk, let's share information in a positive way. So all I would say to you is thank you again for your time. Stay safe online, surf safely, and until the next time, bye bye. Thank you.